Hello, hello. Welcome to a Dreamer's Experience, Conquer the Chaos. My name is Sean Laurie, and as a father of four and an entrepreneur, I want to give you guys different tools or insights each week that will not only help you as an individual, but also as a parent conquer the chaos.
And hey guys, my name is Tiffany Lowry, and I will be co hosting alongside my husband. I do wear many hats, and the two that I am the most proud of is being a mother and a wife. We have had many chaotic moments as a family, but have somehow, some way, always managed to conquer the chaos. And that's why I am excited to be here with you guys to share part of our journey.
I'm
That's the best
sorry,
it's
y'all.
gonna
I'm
get.
sorry, y'all. We right now we just been laughing, having a good old time. Just Larysha's looking at us crazy, but we just been laughing for no reason. Um, yeah, we have history, so it's just one of those things where sometimes we act silly when we're together. But as an icebreaker, like that wasn't already one with us
Yeah.
laughing in the intro. Um, what growing up? What kind of cartoons did you watch? Like, what was your favorite cartoon?
I didn't watch cartoons.
Oh,
I
all
was too
right.
mature for cartoons.
Oh,
So
all right.
I watched like Wheel of Fortune with my grandmother and
Oh, wow.
Jeopardy. But my
Oh,
favorite cartoon movie,
okay.
that would have to be the incomparable Lion King. I'll
Oh,
sing anybody when it
really?
comes to the Lion King. Yes.
Lion King. Okay,
Yeah.
so but growing up, you was watching like Days of Our Lives and stuff like that.
No, I was in school
Oh, okay.
during the day.
Oh, okay.
But at
I
night,
didn't.
at night I was watching Jeopardy,
Okay, you said Wheel of Fortune, so I
Wheel
just
of Fortune. Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, all
Patting
right.
them.
All right. So that actually brings me to my first question, and that was just being an only child.
Hmm.
How was that? How was your childhood being the only child?
Technically, I was the only child, but I wasn't the only child. I say that because when I was 3.5 years old, my mom, she died from thyroid cancer.
Mm.
So my grandmother, her mom, actually took me in and she raised me. So I am literally that it takes a village child. My aunts lived in the house too, and then my aunt, she had her children. So I grew up with my cousins who are literally, we call each other brother and sister. And so I was an only child technically, but
Mhm.
they were my siblings. They are my siblings.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was pretty cool because I wasn't like necessarily alone. Like
mhm.
we all got spankings and whoopings together. I was the angel. They'll tell you. I only got spanked because of them.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I grew up in a home, a happy, healthy home with my cousins who are my siblings.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so you had your cousins and your grandmother, right?
My grandmother and my aunts.
And
Yep.
your aunts. Okay,
Yep.
okay. Wow. So then what about was your father there or
No, 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 no. So when I was younger, my dad ended up getting on drugs,
okay.
unfortunately. So when my mother passed away, my grandmother and my mom had already made the arrangement that I was going to live with my grandmother. And
Mhm,
because of my dad's situation, he did not show up to court to fight for me
mhm.
um, to live with him, which, he later was like, that was the best decision he could have ever made by letting my grandmother raise me. So,
Okay.
yeah, my dad wasn't a part of my life when I was younger, when I
Mhm.
was a little girl.
So you definitely have like a unique, perspective in childhood than
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
Um, so because of that, like, did you know that you always wanted to be a mom? Like how, right? Because it might have been different with your cousins and your aunt
Yeah.
and your grandmother. Like, was it something where, you thought of being a mom? Like, how was that?
No, 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 heck no.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I babysat, my aunt, my cousins, my little cousin. I babysat and everything like that, and it was great. I've always been very maternal.
Mhm.
But honestly, I think it was like a 50-50. No, let me say like an 80-20. Like no, let me say like a 50-50. Like I wanted to be a mom, but I was like, no. And the part that made me say no was because I had this real life fear that I would die and leave my children the way that, my mom did. So
Wow.
I was like, I never want to have children and leave them like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, no, I don't want to have children.
Wow.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
so did you like? Is that something you carried with you for a long time?
Yes, I was even pregnant still with that thought of the fear of like
Mhm.
dying.
Wow.
Yeah, I was literally pregnant and I still had that fear. And then you know how you have that whole it was just unshakable. Like I was like, once I was pregnant, I was like, yay, we're pregnant. My husband and I, we're pregnant, we're having a baby. It was great. But it
Yeah.
was still something that was kind of in the background of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah,
Mm.
I eventually got over it, But yeah.
So, how many kids do you have?
3.
Three
Yeah.
amazing ones. So,
Yeah, you know him.
so how was like you said when you were pregnant? So how was it? With your first pregnancy, like obviously, like you said, you had that anxiety of
Yeah.
maybe dying and stuff, but just that experience, altogether, like how was that?
Um, you know what? Honestly, I would say, um, with my first pregnancy, you know how, in our community, it's like we don't tell anybody we're pregnant until we get through the first trimester,
Yeah,
right? Because anything could happen. I also lived with that fear. That wasn't even my own. I can't even say it was my own. Like I knew to feel that way is just something that we hear in our community, or what I mean, it's a practice that people
yeah,
have. But it wasn't until I was literally crying at a women's retreat with my mentor and my cousin, and I was just telling them before I was even pregnant, like, I'm afraid to have a baby because I don't want to die like my mom. I don't want to leave my kid,
mm,
or I don't want anything to happen to my kid. And my
mm,
cousin and my mentor were literally just ministering to me, and they were just talking to me, and they were telling me, um, like, don't be afraid to be a mom. If God blesses you in that way, don't be afraid to be a mom. Don't be afraid to have children. And then my cousin, she also shared her experience with me, and she was just saying how it's okay to celebrate your child's life.
Mm.
Like, no matter how old they are, she's like, celebrate their life no matter how old they are. Don't let 3 months go by and then get excited about it.
Mm.
She's like, from day one, get excited. And so that was like a pivotal moment for me. Like when I finally started to be like, you're right, I can tell people. And I felt free, right? But then my
Mm.
pregnancy, 1, 2, and 3, all were incredible. I think I had the best pregnancies ever. Like no
mm.
problems. Like I can't, yeah. I loved being pregnant. Literally.
Really? So no
Literally.
morning sickness, no nothing like that.
Nothing. The only
Wow.
thing that told me that I was pregnant was just the tenderness that we experienced, in our upper area. And I'm like,
Yeah.
let me go and check this out. But had I not done that, I would not have known. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think too, with every pregnancy, it was good for me because I am diabetic. So I really feel like the
Mm.
Lord graced me. And that's why my pregnancies were so good. Like literally the
Yeah.
only thing, maybe cravings here and there, but not anything crazy. Like the best pregnancies ever. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
it just made me think though because you were just talking about you had that fear of maybe dying at first. Did you
Hmm.
also have that fear of even though your husband's completely different, but did you have that fear of um your husband basically not being a part of your kid's life? Like did that like
No,
right? Oh, okay. So
no,
you knew
no,
like
no, 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 no. That man wanted children the day we got married. And I'm like, bro, let's wait. Like let's get to know each other. No,
Yeah.
no, no. But he wanted children like right
yeah.
away, and I was like, we need to like wait, like let's enjoy our time together, because once they come,
Yeah.
they're here. Like, there's no getting rid of them. Like, legit, there's no
Yeah.
getting rid of them. So
Yeah.
I'm like, let's wait. So we waited a total of 5.5 years. And then our 6th year of marriage, we were having a baby.
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Which
actually
he
like
credits
that.
me for that.
Huh?
He gives me credit. He's like, that was the best decision ever. I'm like, I told
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, because a lot of times, people are so quick to rush to have a family and stuff, and
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool. The fact
Yeah.
that you guys waited, so you guys can really just enjoy each other, grow with one
Yes.
another. Especially, I think it's interesting too because you said the 6th year, and they say right after the 5 years of marriage is when it starts getting easier. That's what they say.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they say. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, because for me and Tiffany, it started to get easier. I want to say after after year.
I'm like, y'all bond
3?
for weeks.
I think year 3.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool that you waited.
Yeah.
You ain't rush into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe we should have did that.
Well, it's too late now, you know.
Yeah.
Can't go
I know,
back.
it's too late. So obviously, you juggle everything with which we'll definitely talk about a little bit. But just with your Flossie Cakes, which is
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you.
How is it juggling your business and being a mom, being a wife? Like, how is that for you?
I think it's not that difficult, honestly, because Flossie Cakes, my business is my why. My family are my why. Flossie Cakes was birthed because of my family, literally. So everything I do, they are a part of. They are not separated. It's not a separate entity. So first and foremost, they come first. Being a wife, being a mom, and business, all of that other stuff, they're a part of it. So they're my quality control team, I say. They taste test for me. They help me clean up. They're with me when I'm shopping for things. They're watching me floss cakes. I'm like, hey, look at this. What do you think about this? Like, it's all together. There's no separation in it. So they experience the successes, the joys, and all of that good stuff with me.
They got the best job.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah.
Can I be a taste tester?
Yeah.
No, that's good because that's something I try to make sure I incorporate as well. And especially because I asked that question because I know at times it can be probably a little hectic. It has its moments because I know for Tiffany, you probably could share it better than me, but I know at times for you it's hectic trying to wear different hats at times.
Yeah, it is, but I think for me, because I deal with different people all day, and versus dealing with my family and stuff. So it's definitely, there's no, like, I have to separate the two.
Yeah.
Because if not, it just all comes together, and my frustration from work comes to home and so forth.
Yeah.
So
no, I get it. It's totally not easy all the time, but the beauty of it being an entrepreneur, it's your business, So I pick and choose, like I set my schedule, right? So I know that I have these cakes coming up. It's a matter of how I plan them. Like, okay, I'm baking while my children are at school. I am making the buttercreams while they're at school. So that way, when they're home, mommy is mommy. I'm able to help with homework, and I'm able to stop and kiss a boo-boo or go help take a bath. And, once they're down, then it's like, okay, we're working back on cakes. If, I have cakes that week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, that's the cool thing about it.
Yeah.
I like that. So what actually like started Flossie Cakes? Like what did it just rant? You just wake up one day and say, "Man, this is what I want to do." Like, what started it? What helped? Like you say, your family,
Oh,
obviously, but what like
yeah.
sparked that?
Okay, so obviously we transitioned our lifestyle
Mhm.
to vegetarian, vegan at one point. And Jason just was like, I really want a bomb chocolate cake, right? So then I'm like, well, let me find a recipe that is vegan. So I found this recipe and then kind of tweaked it and made it my own. And the cake was amazing. Like, it was incredibly delicious. And I let different people try it and different things like that. And people liked it. People liked it. And then it was Jaya's birthday, my number two. And she was turning 5. And finances weren't there like they were when I had my first daughter. When she turned 5, those big numbers, those big numbers are important. You want to do something special. And I'm one of those cornball moms. Like, I don't want my kids to look back and be like, well, why did she do this? And she did, I didn't get to do that. I mean, it's going to happen, but I'm just like, I want to make it special. And so I'm like, okay, let's just get Jaya a cake from Walmart because they're really cheap. Right? You can go get an 8-inch for $12.94.
Yeah.
Nice little cake for $12.94. And so I was telling Jason, and Jason was like, Walmart. Y'all know how Jason is. Walmart. He was like, babe, come on. Your cakes are way more fire than Walmart cakes. He was like, you can make Jaya a cake for her 5th birthday. And I was like, no. He was like, I bet you could. So I'm like, challenge accepted. Because I'm competitive and I like challenges. So I began just researching what it was that I needed to make a cake. And I went to good old YouTube University and Pinterest and Googled everything that I needed, bought all of the supplies that I needed, and really impressed myself with her cake. Not just the flavor of her cake, but the design of her cake. And people were like, you should really do something with this, but I wasn't sure. And then I went to this luncheon and I was just empowered. It was other women who were into starting their business, entrepreneurship. And I was just empowered there. And when I left, I was like, Flossie Cakes is born today. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So you're stepping out basically on faith.
Yes.
And really just like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. So like, I guess, what is something that you can give for the moms out there that, that they are juggling so many different things as well with their kids, if they're married, right, with their husband or whatever. Like, what is some type of advice for those that's not sure, that's on the fence? Like, I'm sure you were at times, right? Like, like I tell the listeners at times, like, I've had those moments where I kind of doubted myself. And luckily for me, I have Tiffany to get on me at times with certain things.
Yeah.
But, what I guess advice you would give?
I mean, where do I start, bro? I have so many. I mean, it's so much that I can say.
Well, make sure you guys are writing it down. If you guys are listening,
or watch it back. Watch it back. Yeah. One thing that I would say is I have to practice the art of forgiving myself. Right? Because as moms, Tiff, I know you can understand this. We have mom guilt. That is normal. That is natural. It is inevitable. We have mom guilt. And so I'm practicing forgiving myself for being hard on myself. What I'm learning too is that it is progress over perfection. I can be a perfectionist. So I have to be thankful for the progress each and every day when I'm doing things with Flossie Cakes, so that I can celebrate myself, celebrate my accomplishments, celebrate how far I've come. One thing that is so key for me as well is just like, my children are watching me. whether I know it or not. I didn't realize how much they were watching. I know that they're a part of Flossie Cakes in every single way. But when my children are saying, I want to start a business now and I want employees and this is what I'm going to do, I'm like, they really do watch what I do. And one thing that they cannot see is me give up. No matter how I feel, no matter how I doubt myself or how I have in the past allowed myself to compare myself to other people in this industry who've been doing it for years, I can't allow them to see me stop or quit or give up. I might take a breath and a breather, but they don't get to see me, ending the race. Something else I think about is just like imagining we're actually juggling and we have all these balls in our hands. We have work, school sometimes, ministry sometimes. We can just keep going on with the list. And all of those balls are rubber, right? But the only ball that we're juggling that's glass is our family. So we can drop all these other balls and they're rubber. What happens with rubber balls? They'll bounce back up, right? But a glass ball, if you drop it, it's going to break, it's going to shatter, right? Even if you took the time to put the ball back together, it'll never be the same. And you can't get that back. So, remember your why. Remember your glass ball, and remember to just keep running the race. Go at a steady pace, a pace that works for you. You know what I mean? Like I can't say like you got to hit the floor and just, keep on, stay up all night. I'm never going to tell you that because I'm a wife first. I'm a mom. And then there's my business. I'm never going to say that. But what I will say is take a breath, take a breather. Don't stop.
I like that.
Bars.
Yeah.
Bars.
You giving.
Yeah.
You give me some gems and some.
Yeah.
See, this is why I was laughing, y'all. This is the craziness that happens, and it's not even necessarily me. It's more so them. So just for those that are listening and watching, I just want you to know in my defense. But no, those are like great things you were saying. The thing that really sticks out to me is definitely how our kids are watching. Yes. How our kids are watching and even that speaks to me, right? Where I have my moments where, either I'm being lazy or I'm in my head where I'm like, man, I just want to put this aside.
Yeah.
So hearing that definitely resonates with me. And then I love the fact that you said also like forgiving yourself. Yes. Right. I think that's big. Big. Something that we all struggle with at times.
Yeah.
So that was huge. That was huge. Yeah. No, I definitely appreciate that. I guess, do you have any things else you want to ask besides jokes and stuff?
Hater.
Sounds like a hater. Yeah.
Yes. Right.
No. I think I'll just add in that I, for one, am super proud of you because I think I remember that vegan cake. Yeah. I think I had a slice of that. And then I also remember seeing Jaya's cake too. Yeah. So yeah.
You're twin.
Super proud of you, sis.
Yeah. No, doing some amazing things. Her cakes are delicious.
Thank you. I appreciate that because you're not even a cake man.
Yeah.
You're a cinnamon roll
I'll
guy.
Be honest. I'm not. Cake is not for me, but I will actually eat a slice of Flossie cake. I will. And I'm not vegan. Like, what is that? But again, if I can handle it, and I can handle
it, like it tastes different.
No.
Yeah.
Hey. I can tell some the sugar not as sweet or something. But all seriousness though, it's really good. I can't tell. I just feel it though. Like I feel bad. Like when I'm like this.
You like, feel bad when you eat better.
I feel bad because I'm like I'm being tricked. Like you're tricking me. Like,
okay. I feel that. I respect that.
I receive that. You're not telling me this is vegan, so I'm gonna just eat it. I'm like, oh, that's good. Okay, have some more. You like, oh, it's vegan, right? Like she's did that before, by the way, guys. Like she's did that. So, but no.
You know, be trying to convert y'all,
Yeah.
Just like y'all try to get us to come to Texas. I try to convert
true.
you over to
That's true. That's true.
from the dark side.
No, but honestly, guys, no, if you're listening, watching, her cakes are honestly, they're awesome. Her designs are amazing. I've seen her work, so she puts a lot of care into it. Like every cake she treats like her baby, like seriously.
Yes. Every cake is different.
Yeah, and that's the amazing part. So if you're listening, watching, you want to support, you can go to www.flossycakes.com, www.flossycakes.com. She's doing amazing things, guys, and I'm excited to see where it can go. Because honestly, a lot of times we put the limits on ourselves, more than anything. So I know there's a lot of great things that's going to happen with this. So yeah, I'm excited. Like I'm just upset down so far that I can't.
Well, that was your choice.
Hey.
But that's not what this is about.
Yeah.
But you can always come back,
Yeah, that's true. To visit.
Yeah.
But like always, guys, before we go, well, again, I appreciate you, Larysha, for just hopping on here with us. It's been very insightful. I hope you guys are taking notes, just listening, watching. For Mother May, this theme that we continue to do. We'll have another mother next week as well. But like always, guys, so before we go, I just want to remind you, parents, to keep being an inspiration, never downplay the impact that you have on your loved ones so you can conquer the chaos. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya. Bye.